Welcome to Recipes for Impact. This is a storytelling series that shines a spotlight on the incredible work of key leaders driving transformational change in smallholder farms and food systems around the globe. I'm Talin Say, and I'm thrilled to invite you into this space where you'll hear inspiring stories about projects that are making a real difference. We extend a warm welcome from Synergos to our Shifting the Food Systems community and all our listeners in our broader network. An alumnus of the United States International Visitors Leadership Program, our guest today has worked with several rural communities in Nigeria. He has led in different capacities on sustainable development, budget advocacy, women's rights, and emergencies, served as coordinator for the Food Security and Livelihood with the International Rescue Committee, and as national coordinator for linking the use of Nigeria through e-Xchange. He's served as program manager for the ActionAid Local Rights Program in Kogi State and as CEO for the Participation Initiative for Behavioral Change and Development in North Central Nigeria. I am also proud to call him a colleague as he serves as country director of Synergos Nigeria. We're pleased to welcome Victor Adejoh. Victor, it's great to be with you today.
Thank you very much, Talin. I'm excited to be part of this program.
So in your role as country director, you are certainly at the forefront of supporting agricultural transformation within the country of Nigeria. So how is Synergos driving systemic change in Nigerian agriculture by strengthening state-level institutions and policies?
I would say our journey has been one of learning, connecting, and relating with multiple stakeholders. Synergos work in Nigeria was initially focused on shifting agriculture from subsistence to agriculture as business, largely because Nigeria has agriculture as one of its mainstay income generating and labor creating sector. So over 70 to 80% of the labor force are made up of smallholder farmers who reside largely in rural areas. And because over time, agricultural practices has not been helpful to the farmers, so we desired to work closely with government to help smallholder farmers begin to understand the dynamics of treating agriculture as business, thereby helping them improve their income and develop new livelihood stream. The goal here is to help address issues of poverty, social justice, and climate change. I would explain the social justice aspect. The agri sector in Nigeria is largely, the labor force in the sector is largely women. And so we say women do not have a voice in the agricultural space. How are we able to engage women in a way that their leadership will begin to have a voice? And then transformation that is much expected in the sector is strictly trickled down through capacity building for women, especially ensuring that they engage in the process of agricultural decision making. Transformation for us has been useful, largely by working with government, private sector, smallholder farmers, be them in their groups or their association. Our work now is to shift mindset to ensure that there is more attention paid by leaders to the sector. So it's bringing stakeholders together to look at what the issues are and then work together creatively with an open mind and an open heart, and then ensuring that they are open to doing the same thing in new ways to bring change. So Synergos has been that change agent, building stakeholders to address the complex issues in the agri sector in Nigeria.
You mentioned multi-stakeholder collaboration, the importance of it. But I want to go back to the point you made about women not having a voice and the importance of the inclusion of women. And I would also add to that young people. As these collaborations form, what strategies can be put in place to ensure equitable participation of women, of young people within the agricultural sector within Nigeria?
Very great question there. What we're doing here first is to ensure inclusion, participation, and ownership. Now, these three work hand in hand because we need to identify effective representation from the women groups and association to sit in the space where decisions about agriculture is taken. Again, ensuring that the voices of women are heard. We use policy as a key strategy. We also have used different platforms that have been created to ensure that women are sitting in the room to listen to how decisions about them are being made. Where there is an opportunity to have two people, we ensure that one of them is a woman. A woman to ensure that they are having um, access to land, access to credit, finance, and they are also ensuring that women are also being pulled up by developing their capacity. It's been a challenge somewhat because when we look at the level of education for women, we seem to have a lot of women who are the lowest ebb of education. So having them be in the same room with men to have a conversation is a challenge. However, we have ensured that women can be in the same room with them and communicate in any way best possible, that they can convey issues that affect them and in a way be part of how government is planning for them. So we work closely with government to ensure effective budgeting. We ensure that women are also having access to all the subsidies provided by government. We're also providing linkage to women, to companies and companies that provide input, and also to market, which is very critical. And then we're also ensuring that research analyses are conducted to clearly see where women and youth are found in the value chain. I have a case story of Peace Emaiku. Peace Emaiku was a state rice farmers association leader, and she attended one of our transformation training in agriculture. That spurred her to understand the dynamics of how systems work and to understand that working alone in silos wouldn't help her. And so after this training, she got out and started engaging in advocacy closely with government. This earned Peace Emaiku a position of special advisor to the governor on farmers' development, the first female to ever occupy this role. She also rose up to the national level to gain recognition among rice farmers. And so she was able to provide access for women in her group. And today she has expanded her work over several hectares. She has also been able to have access to all the equipment required to help more women. And today she's bridging the gap to ensure that more women are having access. We do not do this work ourselves. We work with leaders to ensure that they do the work they know how best to do in a different way.
First, let me thank you for introducing me to the story of Peace Mayuku. We had to hear this story from the woman herself because that is absolutely incredible. I want to continue on key achievements because there's been some really interesting achievements and innovative solutions as well within the agricultural sector. One that came up was the cassava peel conversion.
Complexities are one of the primary things that drive us in the work we do in Synergos. We got into Nigeria at a time where the conflict between farmers and herders was increasing and lives were lost. And we were all in this learning mode to identify potential innovations that can help address this challenge. And we learned about a technology to address the use of waste, cassava peels waste, for livestock feed. And after deep reflection and analysis, we said this could be a project for the future. And in the interim, we could use this to begin to address the challenges between farmers and herders. Synergos was the first organization to commercialize that research by developing two prototypes, learning centers in the two locations where cassava was highly produced and waste was highly generated. Little did we know that while we were thinking about addressing the challenges between the farmers and the herders, we were also addressing climate change issues. Cassava peels is constantly being burnt, increasing carbon emission in the location where we work. And so today, beyond the fact that we have been able to commercialize this innovation, we're now looking at carbon emission reduction through this innovation. I'm really excited because we started in 2 states, and currently this innovation has been scaled up in over 7 states in Nigeria through the support of the African Development Bank. And I'm also proud to say that this technology has been exported to Rwanda, Cote d'Ivoire, and Togo. Nobody thought yesterday that they could be selling or making money out of cassava peels. But today, cassava peels now is in high demand for animal feed across Nigeria. And then we have broadened the stakeholder engagement. We are now not only talking with the cassava processors, we are talking with feed millers, we are talking with financial institutions, we're talking with equipment providers as well. So this is how much we are as an organization helping to support issues in the community and especially in the agriculture sector.
I love hearing your stories, Victor. They leave me with such a sense of inspiration. It has been an absolute pleasure speaking with you. It always is. So I would like to give you a warm thank you for being with us today. Cannot wait to hear more from you, especially within our food systems community. And I would also like to extend heartfelt thank you to our listeners, our partners, our teachers, and the amazing community that we have brought together. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Starlene, and keep up the good work. My heart goes out in gratitude for this opportunity.